Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Indeed.
Right. What do we got cooking?
Ooh.
Oh my lord. Afro with the opener. 2 players off short for Monte. They're in the right place at the right time. They can drop this bomb. It could get very awkward. They do stall out the hit for a moment. Smoke goes down. Calyx comes looking. And this is an absolute mess. What is going on? There's so many frags crisscrossing this bomb site. And somehow we're left in a one-on-one.
This is exactly what I'd expect to see from Eternal Fire coming through, to be very frank. They start things off 3 versus 5 after some clean picks from Monte. Monte are all in the right side. 3 people on the B bomb side going up against just 3. Surely you don't even get a bomb plant for this one. And then comes, double kill from Calyx, and now he's in a clutch. Rio's going to be alone, hoping against hope that he can get the better of Calyx, and he does indeed find the headshot. Immediately picks up the kit, goes back for the defuse. There you go. Never had a doubt.
Apart from the rest of the round, yeah. Never.
Yeah, I mean,
Never
Afro did need a quad kill, but yeah.
Gonna claim the ground. Underpass instead. Master's making plenty of noise, and Azuwu is nearby. And Monte seemed pretty intent on fighting mid. They got so many players in and around connector. But with Azuwu clearing top mid, I think Eternal Fire needs to pull the pin. They can't get out mid now safely.
Ryu spots out ENCE as well, and with that elimination and Emor being low, Eternal Fire probably can't go anywhere safely. It has to be some risks that they take at this point onwards. Mari will switch out for the Galil. Gani look for the hunt. Gizmi will have no proclivity to take a peek, none whatsoever.
If, and it's a big if, they can find Gizmi quickly, this site is on. But I'm not sure they're going to clear the platform. We're quite late in the round. Especially if somebody can just do anything to pull attention towards market or short. Mari does clear. Gizmi is plucked. Afro decides, as you've said, to take the aggressive route. Bomb is dropped front of the site, and we're starting to run out of time here. Need to get this bomb and get it down. Players out in the open. Rio's on location, and now it's a nightmare. That bomb is so far out in no man's land. I don't think this is winnable.
Calyx might prove you wrong over here, or maybe Monte will. Bomb recollected. Plant attempted. Ryu trying to push forward. MP9 spotted out. Ryu's able to sidestep and doesn't reaggress. That's a good move from him. Keeps waiting for Azuwu's position to be put into use, and indeed it is. 5 kills between the two of Ryu and Azuwu. Good stuff.
And it's if you haven't heard it, guys, it's very jarring. And it was quite a shock to the system hearing that in kind of 2v2s.
We're getting aggressive with the AWP over here. Will miss his chance, and that it could be big because Demus will continue to close the gap. He won't be able to find the kill, though Emor's rescope is in time. And now Azuwu feels the pressure of losing a man. Needs to try and go out for vengeance. Emor still with a great angle, but he's going to realize he's missed a shot. No flashes ready for Afro, so all he can really hope to do is maybe pop out a grenade, close by to cover his retreat. That's going to be enough. Refacing, that's risky business. Azuwu really putting his life to the test.
If that bomb continues heading towards B, they don't have the numbers here.
That's big. Afro finds and drops the bomb in through the smoke. I'm not sure if he would have recognized that is the bomb being dropped, but it does put Eternal Fire underneath. A bit of a notice. If Azuwu gets a kill on the B-Nox, this round could very much be over there and then. The top gun smoke will reveal their intentions of going to B, and you can start to go for a faster flank on Azuwu. No, he decides against it. This is going to be a very unprotected Gizmi. I realize Afro's nearby, but he doesn't have the HP to provide real assistance. Calyx will be able to spot out Gizmi's head, and that scalp is taken immediately. So despite Eternal Fire giving up a bit of an advantage with that death out towards A main, this is going to be a very late rotation.
Little bit of util. But this is not an easy side to retake in this position. Time being burned as well. They think it plays in ladder, so they burn their molly for that. I'm not sure they have the time for this. Mollying towards the cubby as well. There's nobody home. 15 seconds to go, and nobody now rounding onto the site. This is not on. Eternal Fire's on the board. The lack of nades is also quite glaring. I mean, if he has one smoke in these situations, he could do so much to buy some time. So let's keep our eyes on that as well. See if Monte's learning as many nades early. Yes, he playing to his tune, very aggressive. And what is happening in mid? Everybody's fighting.
I like it. Phoenix reveals position.
A massive gap. Monte,
time for this.
I'm not sure anybody's going to be looking this direction. You're right. Time is a problem, but this could get very frisky. If Calyx can find players bench, this is possible, but he needs to do it right now. And a player's tucks. Perfect. That was always going to work, man. They had a bait set up there. That was exactly how to play it.
Very soon, Eternal Fire want to try and go for another force by AKs in hand, and Zuwu on a railing. Flash is good, Bemis is better, and that kill is great, even if it is eventually punished. Bemis is happy with the 2 for 1 because Zuwu is there to make a 3.
It's looking good. Punches in for another as well. Ari here. What can you do? As Monte starting to get off to a pretty blistering start. There's not going to be a plant in this round. Only the 1 kill for the Polish-Turkish hybrid.
Indeed. It was
peak of Polish-Turkish relations.
Right here. Diplomatic moment, but Afro is French. He doesn't believe in diplomacy. And he's been taken out of the server because of it. Calyx trades him away. It is a 4v4 where Imor is not feeling too good about having that bomb over there. Could be spammed down. Ryu just has to hold up position, and as Beanox tries to push in with the AWP, can't get the advantage. Calyx finds a shot before the flashbang goes off. Back to 2 versus 2. This is going to continue to be dangerous. Moss is in a great position, never revealed. The tech at this range is going to be critically difficult to deal with. Knockdown will make it slightly more troublesome, in fact, for the CTs more than for the Ts, because that means Maskin goes the distance. He's going to be spotted out, but he had the advantage. Bemis with 3 HP still gets it done.
Yeah, 4 for him. Getting very chaotic, some of these rounds. There's so many brawls going down on the sites.
Nice
switch
so
from Zuwu. Yeah, I like it.
Oh my goodness, he gets the kill. Take him away from his island and he will drown you in his spray. That is great stuff. And now with the Zuwu coming in hot on the heels of this bomb, Bemis only needs to delay. That smoke will make it harder to do so, but a Zuwu, that bomb's gone.
It's looking really good for Monte now. Very fluid how they're moving between fighting mid, and they're not scared at all to push the extremities. We're speeding up. Eternal Fire have had enough of getting stalled out in mid. Emo says they've got a good spawn. I'm going to second Delpan. Maybe he's putting any nades on there for now, so he could get a fight. He does, and he can't win it. No way.
And Afro even picks up Calyx in the meanwhile. It's only Mari to be able to get the trade. This is going from a good position to a terrible result, and I don't even know how Mari got hit over there. Didn't look like it was through the smoke.
Check out the B push. Seen a lot on A, but now it's the same on B, and Mari is convinced as a player in towards jungle. That is the wrong call. And now this becomes very troublesome. Gizmi, in the meanwhile, is flanking all the way round. And the bomb's...
fantastic.
The bomb's not even going A.
I mean, this is just such a good round coming out from B. It's first of all being able to find the kill into Emor, who gets that second Delpan crossover. Critical, right? You maintain short control only for that reason. Now having the wherewithal to be keeping an eye out for the potential rotation back to B. And Beanox, who's been struggling, right? 1 and 8 right now, could end up being victim number 3. Bemis has not really moved, but that's going to be a mistake. Fortunately for him, it's a mistake Ryu is quick to rectify. Eternal Fire have made a decision. The decision is, guys, we're not playing map control. We're not playing anything. Get a goddamn round out. And it's going to come off the back of an A hit, or at least that's what they think. Ryu's avoided only the flames, but not the fire from Mast. That puts Mast in a position to be able to quickly accelerate past the CT spawn. This might just be a save goal for Monte for them to be able to retake over here. I know they've got money for days, but I just don't see how this happens.
You got enough to go for it, but you're right. I don't see how you get into this round. Not being helped by this stair shenanigans. Have we got a molly for behind default? No, we don't. A lot of damage through the smoke, but this isn't going to come to much. And whilst there is no point in saving, there's kind of no point in running in for nothing either. So they're just going to sit back.
A bit of damage attempted from Bemis, of course. It's only significant if you can get yourself another 2 kills. And look, with the bomb going off, that's actually exactly what he finds. This is a really well played round from Bemis, even in the loss. Look at the money from Eternal Fire.
See if they choose to go further. Ramp in the meanwhile is cleared. They have made quite a lot of noise there. So if I'm Eternal Fire, I'm speeding up in mid.
Zu's position once again perfectly placed. Mast will be taken down, and he was the instrumental factor for the last round, I would say. Gizmi's taking his time to get into apartments and aggressive, very aggressive, almost deeper to the second room. And when Bemis rotating over, this feels like a very well-positioned CT side.
Very well played on A. Afro is holding the line in Palace. He goes over his rifler. So they've cleared ramp and Palace. There could be a player deep ramp, but they're quite confident there's no execute coming soon. That is for sure.
Gizmi and Bemis start to aggress. They want to try and find the single player in ladder room. Azubu finds one. Little do they know there's another one. Beanox comes in from behind. The bait and switch will not work. Bemis still gets the kill again and again. Caught off guard, but still always ready for a frag. Azubu. Rotation's been fast. They should be expecting it, but do they think he's already behind bench? They don't check it. They don't clear, but his HP means he can't stay for an honest duel. It's not a fair fight as Emor takes him down. The assist is enough, but it's never a fair fight when you're down 2 versus 4. Calyx will be the instrumental piece. If he can catch both these players off guard, it's big, but it'll be one that he settles for. Ryu will go back and move into the fight that he doesn't find. Calyx will have the better of him taken down. Bemis, spray continues. Ryu gets the kill, and again, it's Monte to recover this B bomb site. 10 rounds on their opponent's map pick in that first half.
That's how you play CT Mirage. Take notes. Everybody watching?
Hard-hitting analysis, boys.
That's what I get paid for.
You get paid?
Really?
I thought we were all lowballing. Emor, however, is going to be waiting for Bemis to start making his way over. This is a dangerous duel, we know it, but Emor has to be able to step up on the CT side, but he's been put down instead. 3 players still here, and they might not be here for long. Beanox, the bait and switches have really not been working for them, and when he does reveal himself, it's a bit too late. He's already lost his teammates, but is it worth it? In the end, Azubu, around the corner he goes, position given up on both. Can he find this kill on the further back player? 4 bullets now are left. 2 now is all he's got, and even if he hadn't died to the bullet, the HE would have finished him off. Nice stuff from Beanox, really justifies his sins. No, from Mari won't be hiding away from
trouble on the balcony. His molly, his smoke is gone. He's forced a top valk. Bemis surely gets a peek off soon. Mother molly lands. How has he danced around these? Finally failed.
Honestly, he even gets really good damage out of Bemis, and when you look out towards Emor's position coming in from behind, the amount of time that he's managed to buy could make this round an Eternal Fire win. Again, Emor now slows down, but it's Gizmi who had to win that fight. Beanox getting the kill as well. This is going to be a perfect flank to get to, likely, but the smoke, in fact, does cover off the one. It's not going to be all that Emor wants. He's getting greedy, and rightfully so. Deserves it. 1, and not the second. Ryu fights back. Ryu is still fighting. He might have misprioritized because now Calyx is low. Mosk will have to try and play bait and switch. It's not worked so far for Eternal Fire whenever they've made that attempt. And now Azubu's got Ryu to cover as well. Ryu spots out the head, takes it off as well. It's all him in this round. That was a big mistake. Wild. And Eternal Fire, despite the clean eco and everything that comes with it, do not have money in this round to feel comfortable. They need to take fights, and Afro is just winning them. Beanox now is caught out behind this one. He's hoping, praying that no one comes to peek him. Bemis low again. These last 2 rounds have not been good for him, but Ryu will step up. His countryman always ready to assist.
This CS is brutal. It's decisive, it's aggressive, it's take a fight on one area of the map, then move. And these guys aren't even saving.
I don't know what there is to save. And I don't think Moss does either. Like, it doesn't always work, but it's fun. There you have it. $2,000 a piece on average coming through for Eternal Fire. This isn't promising.
No.
With a late play likely from Gizme, but I do wonder if Emor feels comfortable going for another flash play. It's a bit early for it, and with Mari taken down, Afro is just mean on that AK. Emor gets one, and it's actually a second from Galax. Game is on, very much so, and Gizme's late lurk is going to be too late to do much of a hair. Beambus has played this effectively a 1v2 with a timer on it. Molotov makes things go from bad to worse, and suddenly Eternal Fire looking quite good.
This is a really tough puzzle to solve. And the T-side doesn't have much time. If they had more time, this would be on, but I just don't think they can clear every corner. Certainly cannot. Calix is a hero in this round.
And look, does it stop the momentum from Monte or anything of the sort? No, not yet. But if there was ever going to be a world where you can get even a cosmetic comeback, get a little bit more gusto heading into train, frankly, not been that effective with them either so far out in the middle. So if we can get any sort of activation from him, this would be the round to see it. Flash overhead will mean you trade 1-for-1. CTs are happy with it. We've got Calix covering the cross. No smoke to try and disable that cover. Mari spotted and spots, but Beamus will be the first one to shoot. That is fantastic. Suddenly, back to a 3 versus 3. Calix's head is now on the ground, and with two players recovering from CT, Afro would be perfectly postured to make this happen. A flash overhead will be dodged. He repeaks, he misses. That's critical, but Gizme's there to cover, and Beamus wanted to put the cherry on this little cake, but Afro will still have that opportunity. Monte take it home in that 4 versus 5.
It looks so good. It looks so good for Eternal Fire at the start of that round.
Welcome back, it's action, and it's Gizme, dead, also killed. What? Hey, who? What? How? Afro, 1 versus 2. None versus 2.
Well, at least we're here for the crunch moment. At least we're here for that. It just sort of depends how competent each team is on it. If they're actually quite good at T-side, it's nowhere near as hard as it used to be in the olden days. So, I don't know, man. I certainly think he wants to have a decent CT round haul still.
Well, Gizme's going to be able to find himself another kill over here, as Emor will get the chance, but miss. Op repeat from Gizme. Why not go for 4? 6-2 right now, almost at the score, the kill score that he was on in the previous series. All in all, still will not be the easiest round to be able to recover. Mast has been on a hot streak himself, has now dropped the bomb and has a fantastic position on this B-bomb side. Eternal Fire could still take this as Mast comes in from the sidelines, looks away, will not have the advantage, and Azuwu is on the board.
Eternal Fire having to save their nades so long here. And the explosion out of upper. There's actually nobody else around. That was mad. That was honestly mad. There was no one else. It kind of had to work. Or there was nothing else. There was nobody nearby for Monte.
Especially when you're going up against a, what is 100% going to be a weakened economy. That is strange, to say the least. 3 versus 4 will be equalized, but Emor around the corners with his op will be able to regain that advantage quickly. T-side are going to have to dry contact into B, and look, man, it's hard on the most easy of times when you've got Mas now making his way over as well. 40 seconds, gets a very solid retreat in from behind those boxes that have been added in the most recent patches through train. B-Nox coming in from this side. Will not be able to stop the bomb from being planted, but should get the kill comfortably. So Azuwu as well, flanked over as B-Nox never stopped pushing. It'll be round number 3 for Eternal Fire.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly a player for the last couple of years that you've kind of wondered when he's going to get a bump up to, the ENCEs of the world, these sort of teams. For now, remains in this sort of squad. Mask dispatched by the aggression. Azuwu is a long way ahead of any teammate. but he's gathering a lot of space. Now his teammates can join him from the Ivy side. Can they overwhelm this A bomb site? Azulu continues his reign. Afro up close and personal dispatches of the Polish star until Mari gets it back. 2v2 now. Got to get this bomb down soon.
That smoke helps them more than not. Beamers will be able to move back in to try and find this 1 versus 1. Calyx not in the best of positions, but what is that headshot? Didn't even look close. On my screen, at least, Afro didn't take that time to plant the bomb. He wanted to go back in and look to see if he can fight with Beamers for a deeper angle, but now has to play inside the smoke. Angle's not going to be favoring him as Mari can just get the adjustment. 4 now on the board for Eternal Fire, and Mari with the quad kill is fantastic because otherwise, Azulu does everything you can really viably expect from a hero rifle over there.
A lot of economic damage. It's not like Eternal Fire's money is out of control. Certainly still scope to make a good T-side of this, but that's got to start soon. And Afro with the boost dispatches of Emor. That is more like it.
Position from Ryu and Gizmi has to be held. Mouse will go out alone, and there is another one where that came from Beanox. It's a hard fight to try and double up behind. Did feel a bit sunk costy, but when you're down so many men, it's either that or you move back to see if you can find an angle to save. I am actually trained in economics, would you believe it? Hey. Calyx is a dead man. No, he's not, and suddenly this round is alive as well. Bomb is on the ground. There's no way to be able to cross over towards it without going past the AWP of Mari. Mari himself gives it up. The incendiaries are good. They're great. And the smoke might be down in the right position, but look at where Calyx is already. The smoke will be popped. The time is low. A 2 versus 5 could be visible here in front of you right now. Azul makes his way over from behind. Gizmi will get the critical kill. And the question is, where the hell is Ryu going?
He was holding, so he's kind of inside a B holding connector. I do kind of get it, but equally, with that much time left, the biggest risk was somebody coming, maybe even actually had a main or something, and dropping the bomb. That was a very chaotic end to the round.
Emo's given over a bit of util. Oh, this is dangerous. This is so dangerous. Afra's not going to get the better of him over here. Surely not. Emor, perfect repositioning, will be able to take down the Frenchman. And with an advantage at this time, Moss being able to close the distance, close the gap with the 5-7. This is crazy business. He could even move inside the smoke, and Gizmi realizes it. Will it matter? 5-7 still deadly at that range. Moss is going to be coming in from behind. Rather, coming in from the side. Ryu and Gizmi will need to make this quick work. Flashbangs go over. Mars takes a peek. He's been taken down, and Beanox will be now the last real bastion of defense. So Emor still gets a kill off before the smoke goes down, and Beanox with a readjustment is getting it done. Eternal Fire will not let you cross into the bomb site. There's no chance of a bomb plant. And with 15 seconds left, you really do start to wonder, Monte, guys, what the hell is going on?
Gotta save. It's the only option. Huge recovery from Eternal Fire, and it was their money on the brink. It's getting a little bit chaotic.
Let's just see if we can fight for Ivy control with 4 players without anything to actually enable them beyond a self-thrown flashbang. No ways to start moving these back Ivy players away from the CT, anything of the sort. Oh god, these grenades on Azulu are not making him feel good, and that's where Master's there to put him out of his misery. Beanox trying to cover off the bank, but Master will end up falling. Beamus is going to get the kill. Beanox in the flames was always going to fall. This is more I like it from Monte, but Mari's still alive. The raid boss in from behind. That train, 14-3, hoping to extend it to a little bit more than that. Calyx, who's been a largely unnecessary part of this defense, is also going to be called into order as he finds a quick frag, leaves it alone in the 1 versus 1, and Beamus will bring it home for Monte.
4 kills for him. There's more gaps. Getting the util down as well. That was a very important round, and the money is on the brink for the CT side, isn't it? Zui's got A.
Oh, Alex felt like he had a real chance over there, but as the CTs are going to start to make their way moves back over. They have a lot of retake utility, I will say this. The 2 smokes and block off both the entrances out toward the upper side. Mari's death makes it more complicated, and Emor, get out of there, buddy. CT economy isn't great. I mean, this is a ridiculous attempt to even go for at that point in the 2 versus 3. And that's despite being 5 and 8, by the way. He's not having a fantastic game at all.
Yeah, well, that's obviously... We desperately need real impact shown on the scoreboard somewhere.
Good
because
stuff.
It's been off the charts, as has Bemis. This is now such a difficult round as the CT side to present any sort of defense because you've just lost so many avenues. Calix is the only man who can do anything here on A. He does drop the bomb, but with 4 hungry hounds at his feet, he's not here for long. Monte, recover the half.
So they've got players further out towards the back of the A-bomb site instead, and 2 players positioned on B. It is going to end up being an A-side hit. Flashbang overhead as Zulu realizes what's coming his way, and B-Dox just gets the kill straight up. It has to be a kill now on the Z connector, but Afro is still moving between the train number 1. Bemis, another frag found, and as both players are going to be on the reload, Bemis gets more done. It's 4 versus 2. Monte could still lose numbers, but the fact that the bomb is on the ground means that the prerogative now lies on Eternal Fire's hand. This fire is being snuffed out one by one.
They've lost the T side. They don't. Monte doesn't know where they are. Ryu's all the way back on CT spawn. He needs to be here with his teammates. Afro is doing so much work to actually try and lock down this bomb, but he needs the cavalry. Gizmi's too low. He's too low to justify a fight right now. And all he has to do is buy time. 10 seconds to go. Calix looks the wrong way. And that is pistol round for Monte. They are now in a great position.
Completely out of your hands. Have to make the work. Good early damage, but it is traded right back. The T side is not feeling too comfortable with that HE that's been thrown over. A faster play out onto A will be met with a Zubu, but it is quickly mashed back. Mari, I asked who'd be getting aggressive. It is still him. Gizmi now with the Farmas is unable to replicate success from the previous round. Turns out it's harder to do versus armored opponents who are shooting back at you with AKs. And that's what it felt like Monte themselves were missing, right? On the T side themselves when they were trying to scale. It was less of a tidal wave, more like a ripple at a time. We can't forget Monte was really struggling in that first half, and struggling in the second half is a little bit more risky. A very different game. Afro, still aggression is good. It is going to be met with Ryu, and Afro picks up another one. Gives me nearby, will spot out the bomb, and Monte will stop them in their tracks.
This one looks over. There's a case here for a T-side save. A lot of time to save, and Afro says, nope. No, sir. Free for him. Been a bizarre series for Afro, hasn't it? It almost feels like rifling, and he had a great pistol round, didn't he, on Mirage? Indeed. I don't feel like I've seen him AWPing, at least having massive impact on the AWP all too often. It's more other weapons.
I didn't say it was good, but it was fun.
Yeah. Don't use this at home. Caution me, It's not necessarily recommended. This, though, could have been traded. Gives me stuck behind E-Box, has his teammate nearby. If Eternal Fire can get another flash down, these guys are pretty exposed. It's actually Monte trying to force the issue first. Util all over the shop. And they have been crunched on.
I mean, the timing for Monte to chuck out that utility could not have been worse. They're caught with the grenades in their hands. Flashes start popping in their face immediately afterwards. The re-aggression timing, like you mentioned, just was something Eternal Fire was too ready for. Early fighting. But it's a fight that's not being given to them. And when you've used all of your utility in that first 20 seconds and you find nothing from it, I don't know how you play the rest of the round now. Bemis, excellent first kill, and Ryu's there for the second. Bemis can now even come through with a double up. Ryu's the one who gets the frag, but got assistance in from behind. 4 versus 2, and where you ask how they're going to find a round, well, it's just by some straight firepower.
Feels like Bemis is getting all the key kills in all the big rounds. Yeah, I mean, it's just this tends to be the case that the better 1 or 2 players on every team eventually gets poached, and it's been a bit of a surprise that Beanox hasn't been in that. And if they don't win opening duels, this can go south so fast because you just don't have the players to trade. Gizmy's going to molly mask out of this. 20 seconds to go. It's a fake. I don't think it's going to convince anybody.
I mean, they need to start rotating back, though. Look at how far in they are. And with Mask getting the kill, he can stop off rotations, even if it doesn't convince him. There's only one left on the side. Afro needs to get it done. And while the bomb is being planted, it would be ideal if he can pick up the Opera in from behind. But Mask is getting the kill for free. He runs out of bullets. That could have been round over there, and then Afro gets his requisite 1. And now with the double rotation back in, Beanox is good for 1. Amor is able to find number 2, and Afro's all alone. He was hoping for company, but company's been interrupted, and Monte, it doesn't feel like they will be able to replicate that past round success, despite how complicated that take was from Eternal Fire. Ryu just doesn't get enough kills, and Afro left alone is not going to be able to pick up that mantle either.
You know, it did kind of work.
Problem with putting a couple of eggs in a couple of different baskets is sometimes you just go hungry at the end of the day. Calyx is hoping to feed them some bullets, though, and he's done just that. My God! Calyx is unleashed in A. Get out of there,
What are you
buddy.
supposed to do?
Fight back.
Brutal. This is a map where they're meant to go cover.
That looked on, but hey, AK-47.
They're going to figure out ECZ spawn soon. Got the whole rest of this map covered.
A lot of noise being made over here as well, but Ryu reads it well, and it will adjust in time. No! That is bad. I don't think it's a pathway that's going to be particularly conducive with the way things are going. Double entry again. Eternal Fires has just been so incredibly good for it. Gives me taken out of here as well. 5 versus 2, and it is all down to just Ryu. Monte will not be able to continue that format from Mirage unless Ryu is here to save them in the 1v3, and I'm sorry, I just don't believe in them.
Makes 2 of us. He doesn't have time. He doesn't have a kit. He doesn't stand a chance. This is going to nuke. And he seems resigned to the fate about as much as we are, quite frankly, because he's so far from making any move here. There you have it. Train slips the way of Eternal Fire, and a third map is indeed demanded.
You know why they call him a decider? Because we've got to decide who's going forward. That sounded a lot cooler in my head. I'm T-Time, joined by Alan. We're going to be going back into the Thunderpick EU Series number 2, the qualifier for the Thunderpick World Cup. Let's see whether Eternal Fire can continue that streak of form from Train, or will Monte fight back? Afro certainly seems to think it's going to be the latter.
There's your answer. Game on. Ryu up next. Gizmy nearby. Afro finds a second. He's practically won this round already by himself. His teammates don't need to take any real risks. Ryu is isolated, though. It's a bit of space. But still got to conjure up some more, haven't we, as Eternal Fire to turn this round back.
Zuu, who was a little bit more quiet out on Train, is hoping to get things off to a hot start. Unfortunately, it is just a pile of hot, steaming bullets in the wall. Yeah, that's what I was saying. 2 versus 3 suddenly, where Monte have lost every advantage that they had available to them. And maybe more where that came from.
Yeah. This shouldn't be winnable. Especially with these spots now. And the Glock. I don't think that helps.
Well, maybe just playing containment. Now, Alan, I asked this question. I've even tested this out. But someone told me that it was a glitch. Like, it's got pirates, it's got crocodiles, it's got fairies, it's got magic, and it's got overarching themes of, you know, transitioning to manhood and the reluctance to do it. After right now, he's proving that he is a real man because he doesn't need a rifle to get killed. It is the Deagle. There's no Peter Pan in him. Azuu. Now the V250. It's a competition of who can do more with less. All right.
Still recoverable. Don't need to panic. This is the critical moment. Bomb goes down. Gizmy gets some fights. But it's too much to ask on the USP. A valiant effort by Monte. I know, this one's over.
Farm up some cash, and a Galil goes with it. Now, these players are quite far away. Is the bomb planted back silo? Could Bemis just have gunned it?
Nope.
All right.
Close but no cigar.
Want to need to find a response and fast. This is not going to be a CT sign that gets better anytime soon. It's going to be what looks like a faster execute into A, although that might just be a double back for a ramp push if they're not able to find the required entries. Time certainly on the side of Eternal Fire, but with Afro finding the kill, the numbers are not. Afro doubles up, and that ramp refresher is going to be met with the AWP.
I don't know what you do now. As Eternal Fire.
If we're looking out for something that Monte needs to do different from Train, right? And maybe even something that Eternal Fire can work on going into Nuke, where obviously both are, on paper, very tactical maps.
You certainly can pose the question of, well, what if Azuu and Bemis weren't just absolutely phenomenal? And maybe it looks different. Keep tabs on that as well. Fast A hit is the protocol in this one. Early trades. This is good for the T side. They've got the sight. It's about to be popped, but Gizmy has failed before he can even get engaged. And this is very good now for Eternal Fire. This retake shouldn't be on.
Ryu's gone. The save might not be on as either with the way things are going. Monte, despite that first round that they're able to get off the back of Afro's fantastic opping, do still feel like they're consistently on that back foot. Never a good sign on CT side of Nuke. Afro might not go on any feet with the way things are going. B-Nox comes in, stabbed at the back. Why not? If you want to have them replicate that Train performance, it has to be from the two players who were the ones to propel it forward in the first place.
This ramp fight is so much. And Ryu's out in the open. Nobody spotted yet. Ryu stays alive, but not chased down. His teammates are quite a way off, actually. Gives me not the easiest rotation coming in from below heaven. And they're just playing with their food at this point, aren't they? The T side. Bemis, the one player left to find on A. Do they look down? Awkward engagement, but Benos gets it done. And there you go. Eternal Fire on track for a mega T-side nuke right now. Can be punchy, but individually they've looked so out of this map so far that we're not brimming with confidence at the moment. Lobby push is the decision. Just Calix there, and he is traded. So that's okay. AK's heaved over to Azuwu, but now it's a foot race. Can they even get this gun lower before it's overwhelmed? Gizmy's having to give ground and give ground and give ground. He tries to buy a little bit of time. Azuwu is here with 2 teammates. This could be on. Azuwu finds another. Afro chimes in, and that AK indeed does a lot of damage.
Monte have not been able to recover any of those rifles, so this is still going to be a weapons advantage going his way.
So the reason Afro stayed up is he's so low. He didn't want to play this on his own. But Bemis is a long way ahead of his teammate. They need to be buddied up completely here. Afro help a lot, actually, if he took first contact.
Yeah.
But now that Master's slipped back, I think this is an advantage T right now.
Without kits, without HBO and Afro, I'm with you. Bomb tap not held. Mas knows that they shouldn't have the kit, so he can try and play that 10-second timer, and it feels like the round's already lost. But hey, they can't take it. They wait for too long, and even if they get the kill, it's the AKs that will be their only prize.
Tough one to swallow.
I'd really love to see him being able to go for some sort of play versus Galax earlier on, some sort of aggression there to enable himself more so. He's been struggling to get activated, but at the same time, Galax been kind of, he's been kind of doing all right. So, is that a deal you want to take? Nice nade, nice kill from Afro. Positioning's fantastic from Rio. The double found. It could be more. 3 on the board, and the 4 barely evades him. Beanox can't make his move now without having to take a fight and take it fast. But with Afro holding an op on the other side, that's a disadvantage. Azuwu and Bemis cordoning his retreat off. Where does he go?
No option here. Feels good. Maybe can catch Bemis, but Azuwu's going to swing immediately. Not required.
Look, if there's ever a time to start making your way back over, this would obviously be it, right? It would be very similar to what we saw happen on Train as well, when Monte's able to climb back up to a 6-6 scoreline, feel like they're in control of the game in a way where they actually can deliver anything significant. But you're still asking for a lot in a place where Eternal Fire has been in control very often of the early rounds. Now that Afro's been able to get more activation, and that sort of outside control that they were missing earlier on could be more of a factor, maybe this is where Monte is still going to make it work for themselves, but it still feels like anything underneath 7 for Eternal Fire is unlikely. They're probably going to get at least one more, so we need to see a big step up from someone who isn't just Afro, because Afro's form will not transition to that T side.
Emo is just praying something comes his way. He message just off the angle at the moment. Emo going to come out looking soon. Surely he's a dead man. Indeed he is. And this round looks a lot more comfortable for Monte, doesn't it? 2 with 2, otherwise plenty of kills spread across the board. He moves too wide, he is a dead man.
There you go, caught off completely. Ryu's able to trade him over there. Can Ryu get one more or get away? At least the latter is possible. Emor not ready for the peak, but despite the dink, will still come out on top. Monte a man down, but Azuwu and Bemis in fantastic position. This could still work for them. Gizmy taking away Mari's life now gives them that ultimate advantage. Not for long though. Monte have a difficult conversation to have over here. And they've got the money to go for this. I really think they have no reason not to commit. But how do you actually make your way into the bomb site? Emor trying to cover off off a ramp play coming through. It's a very awkward angle to be holding for an AWP, but with Bemis facing down 2 players, Azubu in the 1 versus 3 with time running out, it's going to be a done deal. This round cannot be won. It really did feel like they had a lot of control on outside. Gizmi, though, giving up that life is unfortunately where he's missing out. You're going to see one of those weird things that roll around in deserts in TV shows. A tumbleweed, yes. Tumbleweeds pretty soon. Gizmi, oh no, that timing couldn't be worse. And now the upper side is open for the taking. Bemis the only one to defend, and he's not there for long. Eternal Fire collapse onto A. It's going to be 8 to close it. And Monte, their hopes lie in Afro, but let's be very frank, I don't think their minds do.
This feels, I mean, this round's over. That's it's not even a debate. But 8 T rounds, 4 kills there for Master. He's had a pretty troublesome map actually.
The question is, will that find any fruition as we move into the second half? They decided to see who will be going on to face Reason in the upper bracket of this group stage. For the Thunderpick EU qualifiers, Mari forced back with the flashes to be avoided. It is nicely done, but it is the first loss and second coming through for the T side. It's still going to be a big advantage as Monte have been unable to claw anything back. Ryu and Azu the only ones to find a kill, and with Ryu being dinked in through the wall, it doesn't look like things are getting better. The swings are getting planned, the preps are being prepared, and Calyx just decides, screw it, I'm gonna hit headshots. No, they have all the cross smokes.
I think Eternal Fire's quite confident that nobody's lower.
Master's got 1, Master's got 2, and that's all you can hope for with an MP9, maybe even more. 2 players, rather 3, still ready and waiting on this upper A bomb site, and Calyx with the AUG is just having a ball of a time. Playing distraction for Emo to replace, and Emo's done it twice. Now leaves Calyx to pull out grenades. That's not a great feeling, but you know what is? Getting to 11 rounds, and he's about to experience that unless Afro pulls off something magical. The French are known for many things. GOAT candidates, fantastic offers, baguettes, and bread. They're not necessarily known for winning out this 1v3 over here.
You should just recognize that your chances of winning at 4 to 12 down are impossible.
Well, never say never over here, because you've got yourself some good entry kills. Ryu and Afro able to find 1 apiece, and that's more than what they've been able to find in rounds gone by. Mars still nice and healthy. It looks like the spray is almost on point. Mars continues on. There's not that many bullets left in the gun, but he want to have a chance to use what little there were. Emor, a grenade, would go a long way. And in fact, it's going a long way down and it's sailing past that vent. The problem is that that's not where the weekend player was. Calyx trying to cover things off. Incendiary to go down. This is going to be nearly impossible to get the cross into the side, and Afro's hoping for Calyx to make an error. That will not be happening.
Wasting time here, Calyx, clearing his back. That was the moment. That was the moment of this round, pretty much. It's so hard to win as a T-side player to get the bomb out, but now they have.
Apparently, half-eyes work. I will say that is one of the best explosive entries that they've actually started to get onto the site itself. We've seen them go in from the utility instead of use it as a bait to try and, you know, force rotations or anything like it.
So quick on outside. Azuru's already in. Does get traded, but I think he's done his job. There's so much confusion here in the ranks. Players dropping all over the place. Gibby's still upper. What is happening? They've all lost track of each other. The bomb is down. This is carnage.
And in the carnage, Monte might find life. Sure, the bomb is down, but the more you can get Eternal Fire worried and confused, in the grand scheme of things, maybe it just works out better for you. A smoke coming in from behind will spur Mari onwards. I don't know if he's still quite got an idea of where Ryu's coming in from, but now with Ryu making this much noise, he certainly does. there seems to be space to be able to recover the bomb. If Ryu's able to go back over towards the upper A bomb site and actually play safeguard, maybe it can be. Where exactly is it dropped?
Is it outside? I think it's outside.
Well, Gizmy doesn't know either, and somehow Ryu's managed to go all the way around, find the kill on Damari. Emor is now alone. What?
Tell me it's not bugs. There has been a bug.
Oh, it's there.
No,
it's there. It's right there. Okay. All right. All right. Emor can still make this work though, because of the amount of time that they've taken. If he just finds that first kill against Ryu, oh my god, this is on! It's on! Emor takes it home! They did everything! They were able to bring it back to a 2 versus 1. They recovered the bomb, they find the empty bomb set, but then it's time! If Azu was able to find the kill on the Beanox, game could very much be on, but the deep grenade will not be making things easier for him. He's forced to drop down while Mas finds Ryu, and now refaces back outside. The call's been made. This is going to be an outside play, and Eternal Fire want to look to contest it. Beanox doesn't use his incendiary early on to try and interrupt this progression into heaven. Afro is going to be spotted on this jump, and it is company being provided by Emor coming over. Afro, the secondary boost. You'll love to see it. With 30 seconds left, Emor still a hurdle for them to overcome, and they do so with a trade. 1-for-1. CT still plenty at ramp as they were able to come behind on their heels. Kills found by Beanox. I have no idea how he gets them both, but he continues forward and he seals the deal. It's 13 for Eternal Fire. 3 found despite devastation on their own map pick. This is them going forward to play up against Reason. A fantastic upset coming through after that first map.